Hello. It's a night off for me from work, and something I really appreciate. I've been working 6 nights a week, but that's what I'm there for, to earn some money. So praise God, thankful for the job, but it wears me out at times. So I'm ready for a beer. And tonight's beer is a New York State beer, Brooklyn Brewery's Bodega Run well-stocked IPA. And it weighs in at 6.7% alcohol, which is a fairly strong beer. I couldn't find the IBUs on this or the SRM standard reference mark. I don't know what the M stands for, but SRMs tell the darkness, the color of the beer. You know, the higher the number, the darker the beer. Being an IPA, I wouldn't expect it to be too dark. But I couldn't find the IBUs on this. But I'm not reading off paper anymore if I don't have to, so no sense printing it out when I've got it right here. Okay, this is from Brooklyn Brewery's website. Fresh from your corner. Brooklyn Brewery, Brooklyn Bodega Run. I'm not sure what Bodega Run is, but from the block, Bodega Run IPA is inspired by the incredible bounty and boundless warmth of our go-to neighborhood spots and corner stores. This well-stocked IPA is packed with Sabro and Mandarina hops. I've never heard of either of those. Sabro and Mandarina hops for notes of ripe strawberries and juicy melon, with a dash of wheat and oats for a soft, friendly finish. Anytime and any weather, it's got everything you need and nothing you don't. Fill your fridge while this release lasts. Style, they say well-stocked IPA. What style is the beer? You can make up anything you want. Not like you're going to get arrested for it. Well, it's a well-stocked IPA. Well-stocked with what? Hops, I guess? Alcohol? I don't know. Availability, it's limited edition. And I have not had this. This is the first I've seen of it. Tasting notes. They say that this beer is smooth and silky, with notes of berry, smoothie, coconut, and fresh grapes. And I don't know if I'm going to like that. I mean, but they didn't put coconut or any of that stuff or grapes in this. It's just barley, oats, wheat, and, you know, what else? I think that's it, and hops. So I guess the Sabro and Mandarina hops give it a fruity flavor. We'll see. What else? Did they say anything else about it? No. No, they don't. So they don't say anything about it. That's it. And I looked it up on the web. Beer Advocate gives it a 87% grade. I guess that would be a B+. So apparently it's a decent beer. Some of the people that had it thought that it tasted like what they said, fruit, kind of fruity, strawberries. I don't know if I'm going to like that. But because they didn't actually put strawberries in this, I'm willing to give it a shot. It's just me, but if I see a beer where they put grapefruit in it, or strawberries, or orange, or mango peels, or whatever they put in it, it's not for me at that point. It's just my own taste. So here's the bottle. Honestly, if we're going to talk about packaging, it's pretty colorful. And I don't particularly care for the colors. I like on a beer can, I like very traditional, old school. I like green and gold, or red and gold, green and black, tan, those kind of colors for beer packaging. But yes, it does. The little things like that matter to me. It just does. So I'm gonna open this up. I've had it in my freezer, and I hope it's not frozen. Normally I take the temperature of these, but I use a meat thermometer. I'm gonna go get it because I'm wondering how cold this is. I just cooked my dog's dinner with it. I think I can clean it off and make it work. If I can find it. And I found it. And I'll clean it off. Bear with me on this. Sorry. I should have been better prepared. I need to get the dog a snack anyway, or he's going to interrupt. Bear with me. You're right there. Here you go, pal. Bon appetit. You furry little friend. All right. I'm back. Catch myself on fire here. Oh, my beer mug. I thought this thing was pretty crazy. I wanted to make a beer review with it. I'm rescuing it. It was supposed to be. Supposedly it's a flower vase. And I said, no, you're not a flower vase. You're a happy beer mug, like a hippie happy beer mug. So we're gonna do a beer review with my new beer mug. It's not a vase. Open this thing up. It does. I do smell the berries. It does smell like berries. I hope it's not frozen. And it is. I think get by here. That's my dog with his squeezy toys. Whoa! Alright, well, it was slightly frozen. Yeah, well, that was another mistake I made. I kept it in the freezer too long. Let's just see how cold it is, actually. Oh, 63, 54, 49, 45, 42, 41, 38, 36, 33. You can get most beers down to 28 degrees Fahrenheit before they will completely freeze. This one is 32. Very cold beer. Now I just get L's. I don't know why. Oh, it's too cold for this. A meat thermometer. So this is actually colder, probably 30 or 31 degrees. So it's very cold. And you wouldn't really want to serve an IPA traditionally that way. You can serve it any way you want. You can serve it up in your coffee machine. But most people would say, you know, it's best poured in a glass and served at around 45 or 50, thereabouts. A lager or pilsner you might want to serve icy cold. But I like my IPAs very cold. So there it is to look at in this hippie beer mug. It is amber, a medium amber, as you can see. Fairly nice color to it. Right. Whoa. Whoa. Almost. That's to look at it. All right, smelling it. It smells citrusy like most hops do, especially in an IPA. But it does actually smell like berries and mango too. So It does actually have a fruity smell to it. Berries, mango. I don't know about water. Possibly I can get the watermelon. Maybe maybe I shouldn't read those things because maybe was predisposed to think that. Who knows? I think there's too many. I think 4 candles is enough. You're out. Besides that this was one of my Christmas candles. Beeswax, Chinese, you might recall. All it does is leak and drip all over and smoke. I'll never buy that again. So, there you have it. I can get all this in there. Ooh, look at that. It's almost like a beer milkshake. You know, for being as cold as it is, that's a pretty good head on it. Because the colder the beer is, the more it will, keep the CO2 will stay inside the beer. And this is quite an impressive head. You can see it's actually over the scalloped top of this mug in places and holding its own. Well, it smells of hops, smells of, like I said, citrus, but also notes of berry, possibly watermelon, which is unique to this. I've never had a beer smell this way, but not really overpoweringly so. Taste. It's very smooth, very easy to drink, very cold. Actually had some ice crystals in that swig. You taste the hops. Now I'm getting the bitterness as an aftertaste. Nothing powerful, slight bitterness on the back of the tongue. The upfront taste is hops, citrusy. Yeah, it's an easy, smooth drink. It's actually pretty good. Definitely, for an IPA, 6.7% alcohol, it's a pretty easy to drink beer. It goes down pretty easy. Very smooth. I never would think it was that strong. Very smooth drink. Good tasting beer too, honestly. I didn't think I would like it if it tasted like strawberries and mango. It's strawberries and watermelon and berries, the things they described. Yeah, no, it tastes like an IPA, honestly. I could smell those things a little bit in the aroma, which is definitely not disagreeable. To drink this, it tastes like an IPA, but a very smooth, easy to drink IPA. Fruity taste. You don't taste the alcohol in it. Very easy drinking. Good tasting beer, honestly. I like this beer. Better than the 87% score it got on Beer Advocate, which beeradvocate.com is people all over the world weigh in on a beer there. You get thousands of people giving their review of a beer and giving it a grade. So I take that seriously. In fact, I've rated beers on there. And a lot of people are pretty brutal in their reviews. This one got an 87 overall, and I have to agree, it's at least an 87. I probably would give it a better grade than that because it is a tasty beer and it drinks easy, very smooth. It's got a decent color. I prefer a darker, I like my beers to be kind of orangish, the IPAs. And I plan to brew again. I'm going to get back into it at a small scale to brew the beer I like. on a small scale. I want to brew some Imperial Russian stouts and maybe put them up in quart bottles and lay them up in the cellar to age, kind of thing. Special edition stuff. This is a good beer, and you can see the head on it's pretty good. It's got good lacing. Very good beer. I'd give it better than 87, I would. Yeah, I definitely would give this better. What would I give it? 92? You know, I've got to reserve the higher, the the A plus. I got to reserve that for really, truly remarkable beers. And this is a very good beer. Truly remarkable doesn't quite reach that point with me. Would I buy it again? Definitely. I come to expect that some breweries don't put out garbage, and if they put their name on it, it's going to be good. And Brooklyn Brewery is one of them. And Brooklyn Brewery, I did a review on one of their beers before, and I told the history. I'm not going to rehash that. But they've been around since like the 90s. All these new upstart breweries started like in the 90s or early 2000s. But they always put out good beer. They don't put their name on trash like some have. And personally, I think for a new brewery, and I would tell this to local people around here that are upstarts, you put your name on beer that is really something that should be just poured out. That's going to ruin your brand right from the start. And their beers have been consistently good, along with a few others. So I was expecting this to be good, but I did not expect to like it because people said it tasted like berries and stuffed fruits and stuff. But I do like it. I do like it. I do. God, I think I'd have to give this a better. The score is going up. It gets a point also because it's cheap beer. Cheap. I gotta laugh at myself. It's cheap beer. This beer costs $10.99 for a 6-pack, which with all the inflation and everything, and this being an IPA, that's not a bad price, honestly. So it gets a point added for being reasonably priced. So now this beer is a 93. I raised it to a 92. Now it's a 93. Now if it was overpriced, like $2 or $3 more, no, it'd be a 91 then. I'm not going to grade the beer on the packaging, which doesn't really appeal to me. These colors don't appeal to me. The label doesn't appeal to me. But I don't think I'm not going to rate a beer on that. Though I will say I don't particularly care for that. Oh, that's the problem. When drinking with a glass with scallop lip, you got to wrap your lips around it, or it's going to run down your beard if you have one. I don't know. I was really bored the other night, and I said I want to do a beer review a few nights ago, either before or after I went to work. I don't know which. And I went on eBay, and I wanted something different. And I couldn't find a mug that I really liked. I found a lot that I liked, but I like them to be different and handmade and heavy, thick. Because thin glasses break. They just break. And this thing feels like it weighs a pound. Well, yeah, I'd say a pound, thereabouts. And it's definitely thick. And you know what? I couldn't find a mug that I liked anywhere. So I did a secret. I went on for, I looked up hand-blown vase, blown glass vase, like flower vase. And I found all kinds of things like this that are listed as flower vases. I'm like, no, that's a beer mug. Definitely. Actually, I found some really good ones listed as flower vases. And I saw this one, I just started laughing. Brought a little joy to my heart. I started laughing. I gotta have it. The guy wanted like $17 for this. I offered him $10. He jumped on it. And so $10 and $9 shipping, $19. So life's little indulgences. Yeah, I like it. It's pretty crazy. Kind of goes with the hat. Kind of bohemian. I've decided I'm a bohemian. Oh yeah. You know, that is good beer. For me to give it a 93 or so, 94, it's very good. It's very good IPA. Yeah, I can't find fault with it. So I would give it a higher grade, but I'm going to reserve that. I'm going to reserve that. You've got to reserve those kind of points. Well, I don't have to be to work for a couple nights. Was there anything else? No, I just made a Christian video. I say it's a Christian video, but it's just me relating a couple of experiences I had very recently, and I'm very thankful for. Woo. And I wanted to share. I didn't think that these things were a coincidence, and I call it walking the walk, dividends. I want to make it clear that, you know, by walking, trying to live the type of life that God and Jesus ask us to live. Jesus, God, same thing. God of the Old Commandment, Old Testament, the 10 Commandments, the Old Covenant. Don't kill, don't steal, don't lie, don't commit adultery. All those things. Honor your father and mother. Those things. Just how to live a good, upright life that pleases the Lord. Makes you worthy. But nobody could live that, could they? So we couldn't. We all fail. We all fail at these, you know, at some point. So trying to live, but you still try to live by the Old Covenant, the 10 Commandments. Thankfully, we have the New Covenant, the blood of Christ. His commandment was to love the Lord God, you know, with all your heart and all your strength. And he said to love your neighbor too, and to forgive one another, and just be a decent, compassionate person, and love God. And so trying to live that walk. Sometimes you don't realize it, but it's not as easy as it sounds sometimes. So I made a video about walking the walk, dividends. Because I had some things happen that I'm really thankful for, and I don't think they were a coincidence, so I thought I'd share it. And I want to make it clear that by walking the walk, capital T, capital W, trying to walk the same walk that Christ lived, I don't expect payout here on earth at all. The only payout I expect is to be able to look at myself at the end of the day. And no matter what issues I have going on, at least I know I've done the right thing by people and by God. And life may be hard just the same. But sometimes there are dividends to walking the walk. So that's in another video that I made just before I made this. And I don't care, Jesus liked to have a drink with his friends. There's nothing in there that says he, you know, was a drunkard or anything, but he liked to have a drink with his friends. So I don't think it's wrong for me to make a beer review. You know, whatever. It's what I think. I gotta tell you, if you like IPA and you can get hold of Brooklyn's Bodega Run, well-stocked IPA. It's fairly cheap and it is very good. This brew gets 2 thumbs up. Smiley face, gold star, whatever. I will buy this beer again, most likely. So that said, here's to you. Cheers.